Friends, brothers, and sisters, welcome to Pathways of Hope, a daily reflection on the gospel and the hope that it brings to us in these times. My name is Ted, and I'll be sharing some insights on the gospel for today. Today is December 4, 2021. It's a Saturday, and the gospel for today is taken from Matthew chapter 9, verses 35 until chapter 10, verses 1, 6 to 8. Let me read it. And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every disease and every infirmity. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion for them, because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Pray therefore the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." And he called to him his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal every disease and every infirmity. "Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and preach as you go, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You receive without paying, give without pay." Today's gospel shows us that Jesus was not a leader who was detached from the truths and realities on the ground. Far from it. As he went about, he saw that the crowds of people who came to see him were harassed and helpless, lost and adrift. Matthew's gospel describes them as like sheep without a shepherd. And Jesus had compassion for them. It is within this reality that Jesus' words to his disciples should be understood. "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Pray therefore the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." He was telling his disciples to go where there is the greatest need, pointing to the crowds who were harassed and helpless, lost and adrift. That is where they were most needed, Jesus was telling them, where the work was most urgent. That was the mission field. And what is the mission? Jesus tells them, "Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and preach as you go, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You receive without paying, give without pay." Be a blessing to others in the same way you have been blessed, Jesus tells his disciples. These words are also words for us. Go where there is the most need. Go to the harassed and helpless. Go to the lost and adrift, to those who need healing and help, to those who are like sheep without a shepherd. That is our mission field. And our mission? Preach the good news and be a blessing to others in the same way that you have been blessed. It's a especially timely message this Advent, as we wait for the coming of Christ Jesus in the Feast of the Incarnation and prepare ourselves for his final coming in glory. We also prepare ourselves for his coming into our lives every day. And the best way for us to prepare ourselves for Jesus' coming every day into our lives is to open our hands as widely as possible, to open our hearts as widely as possible, to receive him, to be blessed, to open our eyes to see where we are called to be, and to give generously of the blessings we have been gifted with. And not just to do it once, but every day. And not just during Advent, but every season. I pray today for the grace to go where there is the most need, and to give as freely as I have been given, to bless as bountifully as I have been blessed. I pray that you may be blessed with that very same grace. If you have been made more hopeful by this short commentary, please do spread that hope by sharing this with your friends. Again, this has been Pathways of Hope. Thank you for listening. God bless us all.